Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come. Yeah, Tuesday. What's up, everybody? Tuesday morning edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope everybody had a great trading day yesterday. S&P this morning, we are a bit flat. The NASDAQ is up about 6.5 points. Crude oil, a little bit on the flat side. And gold is up just a smidge. Whole lot of minimal to limited movement in the markets, but we're going to do what we do each and every day. We're going to break down these 10 to 12 futures markets from an educational perspective. We have tonight an open forum session, so a live Q&A. Anything that you want to ask, feel free to bring it, whether you want to ask me about my lovely hairstyle, which doesn't exist, or you want to ask me about any particular trades. Go to TradersArmy.com, sign up for our free preview week, and join us for our open forum Q&A session. That's what tonight is about, and we have an options intensive right afterwards. So the options deconstructed as right after the open Q&A. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. So S&P this morning up 3 ticks, 0.75. So basically we're flat this morning. So the S&P yesterday when we looked at it, we didn't really see a reason to put in a level anywhere up here. Potentially this all-time high for a potential reversal if price comes into there on a confirmation entry. But really, we kind of marched up throughout the day yesterday, but nothing spectacular for me to look at adding to my levels and to my positions. Now, the NASDAQ came to the origin of this big move down, but what happened coming into the level? What did we see coming into the level that invalidated this zone? So I'm going to let you put that in the comment section down below, but this zone was invalidated as we came into the level. There's two main reasons that it lowered the probability, but I'm going to let you leave that in the comment section down below, why that level became invalidated as we returned. So we're still in between our levels of supply and demand inside of the NASDAQ, remembering that our 4-hour chart is in a sideways trend. Sideways trend is kind of the best way that I could put it at this point, because we don't really have too many clearly defined new swing highs and swing lows. So I'm not going to add anything to this market as well, as we are still in between. Now, you could theoretically look at if you go to the 15-minute chart, you could look at this area right here and see a potential for a reversal. So if you're okay on a 15-minute level, we may get a little reversal off of this area right here. Once again, make sure you give yourself enough wiggle room in that position if you really want to give that one a go. Crude oil. So in crude oil yesterday, we did get our entry as price came into our zone. We got a little touch off of our 15-minute level, and then it came down and hit our price target. We were looking at this for a potential breakout, but yesterday when we were in the session, we talked about the fact that we had to have basing in front of the level, which we didn't get. However, it did come right back up to our area, gave us a nice little touch and go move away. We've now come into this level a second time. So in a sideways market, which is essentially what we have here, I don't want to take this a second time through. So if you're able to catch that on the first move, you got a nice little move away from this wick over wick level, which is exactly the price that we expected to get a little movement out of that. And then looking at it on a 15-minute chart now, I don't have a whole lot. So as I analyze this, I'm going to say that we got a better probability of staying in this kind of sideways price action from this point. Now we did take a look at an iron condor in Sunday night's live trade room. So if you took the iron condor, this is exactly the kind of price action that we want to see in crude, staying kind of in between. But if you're waiting for the reversal or the breakout, we do have multiple trades set up. We're just waiting on them to happen. Gold, So in our gold level yesterday, we did come into our confirmation short, got halfway in, and got a really nice move away. So since we've hit that thing twice now, I need to remove that level. But that one worked out for a really nice trade out of that zone. The next level, the next move, looking at the 4-hour chart, I still think that the price action tells me the next move is down. But as far as it stands right now, I don't really have a clean, setup for that. And I know that sounds familiar because that's kind of what I'm talking about all morning, is that there's not a whole lot of clean setups. As I look at these 4 markets, none of them are giving me clean, strong entry setups. I guess the closest is that little 15-minute level here in the NASDAQ, but none of them are overwhelmingly strong levels for entry. So what I don't want to do is force a trade. Remember, there's nothing that says you have to trade every day. There are some days that are great days to play golf, to hang out with your grandkids, to go to the mall and buy an orange Julius or whatever it is you want to do, but you don't have to force a trade every single day. Looking here at the 10-year note, we got this area up here that still looks for a potential breakout if price can, if we get some basing inside of this area here. We're rallying up just a bit this morning. We may get a little reversal off of this, if I look at this on a 15-minute. Yeah, looking at that area, we may get a little reversal off of this right here. Not a phenomenal time of day, but we could see a little 15-minute move off of this. So I'm going to wrap my lines around it. If I get any basing in front of it, it's going to be useless, though. Keep that in mind as well. In the Aussie, so yesterday's Aussie position, we came into our Aussie area. We came up to target 1. So if you're reading the trade feed updates, you saw that we did come into target 1. Pull some off the table at that point as price did come and hit target 1. So now I'm going to remove this level, and we're setting up for a potential breakdown. So after hitting target 1, now, whoops, wrong button there. Now it's actually setting up for a breakdown where I'm going to look to below right here, and I think that sets up really nicely for a breakdown. So keep an eye on a breakdown below this level for today. In the euro, so the euro has actually now come into our 15-minute level. Now remember our rule, our 6-candle rule: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Price has gone nowhere. So at this point, if you took the trade, take your stop and move it to break even. A little bit of basing here in front of the level may have scared you off of that trade, which I'm totally okay with if you did. Or maybe you already took some money off the table, but at the very least, move your stop to break even, as our 6-candle rule is in play. Looking at the Canadian dollar, we had a little of this area here with some basing and then a breakout. So our Canadian dollar has really moved up but not done a whole lot. So I would say take your stop and move it up to here to lock in a bit of profit. In the Canadian dollar, take your stop, move it up to here since we haven't really moved anywhere. That way you at least get something out of the trade. If you want to stay in it longer, just move your stop to break even. It gives you a better chance to stay in it longer, but you take nothing off the table. So both the Aussie, the euro, and the Canadian dollar all worked out for nice little trades from yesterday's levels. Great British Pound and Japanese Yen. So in the Great British Pound, looking at what we have, we are starting to see a bit of a rollover. My idea, yesterday was that we would get some sort of a rollover. Still talking about Brexit and what's going to happen with Brexit, and our latest, by the way, Stocks on the Rocks episode was about Brexit. As we looked at what can it do to the U.S. markets, but I think we're seeing a momentum slow on the 4-hour upward trend. I think that we could see a little bit of a rollover and price come back just a little bit over the course of the next few days or so. So keep an eye on price dropping from here. You could even look at a 15-minute chart and see do we have a potential entry? And I think that we do if we break below here. Japanese yen, we had this little line here for a breakdown, and we got a touch below the level, and then it just completely reversed against us. So you may or may not have gotten in on this one. If you did, it reversed against you, got you a quick stop out. But I'll take that, right? I'll take a couple of entries that were profitable and one stop out, pretty regularly. I still think that this level may be a decent breakdown point, so I'm going to leave it in case you didn't get in, because I think it still may break down from this level, get another shot at it. So that's what we're looking at for today. If you've got any questions, please send us an email, support@tradersarmy.com. Don't forget to join us tonight at tradersarmy.com for our free preview week and our live Q&A. I look forward to seeing you there. Until tomorrow, everybody. Talk to you soon.